And welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien, joined by Andrew Fox Miller. Now you know the face. You put a face with the name. Andrew's been wanting to go live for like the past 3 months and bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. And so, Andrew, you get your wish on a Sunday night at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more preparation, but here I am. Here you are. Look at
What do you
us.
mean preparation? We've been preparing this live, honestly, for months. We were always going to do it on Sunday, August 20th, after the first practice back from the Atlanta Falcons preseason game. And it's for one clear, big, gigantic reason that I'm sure you've heard about, why we went live tonight. Everyone's talking about it right now. It's in all the news, national, local. It's what's happening at Aces Pickleball on Tuesday. Orlando Brown Jr. season preview right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. If you don't live in Cincinnati, if you can't make it, we will have the video, but
Let me pull
we're
that
going to
up.
be there. Boom. Pull that up. Look at that.
I mean, we're still cropped in there. We were so
That's fine.
prepared that I didn't even put a backdrop behind that image. But hey,
it doesn't matter. We don't need it. You see that? Raffles. You got John from Kiss 107, Jamal Brown, Super Bowl champion in the house, Orlando Brown Jr., some teammates that could file through as well. And I will go one-on-one with OBJ, LT1, whatever you want to call him. I talked to Orlando today. He was really excited about the event. I am too, as is Andrew. You want to meet us in person? Well, you can at Aces Pickleball. Starting at 4, it's the season preview party on Tuesday, and we will be going broadcasting there right around 6 o'clock is when the interview will be. So we'll see you there for that. We'll put that back down because I would much rather you stare at my face here, Andrew, than that flyer, because I know how much you enjoy editing and staring at me.
What a life.
There we go. Nothing. No comment.
What a life.
Man.
What a life.
Yeah. What a life is right.
What are we doing here? Let's go. What we got?
What do you think we got people? I was trying to let people file in here. We got 91.
We'll
come to Aces. Come to Aces Pickleball on Tuesday, and we can we could chop it up in person. Got back from practice today. Obviously, practice was the quarterback battle in full swing. We talked about that. Hopefully, you checked out our stand up. Get your questions in, by the way. We will get to plenty of your questions. We're gonna go. I have 11-ish in my head, Andrew. Maybe it'll be a little quicker than that. It's just I know normally we go long, so my end goal is like 11 at the latest. That said, do we have any questions, Andrew, that we want to get to before we start?
Let's see. What can we start with? I'm trying to pick.
Thought he was talking about Odell. So someone thought he was talking about Odell. Hey, man, Orlando Brown Jr. is the real OBJ. He's the relevant one. I'm just saying. And I'm not trying to throw slander at my guy, Odell Beckham Jr. either, because I like Odell, but let's be real here.
Okay, look at this. Drew Garrison.
Look at Drew coming up. Look at coming up. He said 1 month of Twitter blew on me. Drew cracks me up, man. He's the only one in the social media game that can cuss and get away with it, I think. I mean, not many people can do it like he can. So there you go. Shout out to Drew.
Yeah, James. Let's see. What could we possibly have to talk about here? Oh, here's a good one.
Get Fred.
How about this one?
Yes. The answer is yes. Daniel, do you think Brandon Allen's better than either of these quarterbacks? So far, yes. We know he's better than Jake Browning because he was ahead of Jake Browning in the pecking order. I think Browning has been impressive, though, from the standpoint of he's limited physically, but he's clearly outplayed Trevor Siemian to this point. Now, with that said, Siemian hasn't played well. So it's kind of the lesser of two evils to this point. And they won't say that in-house. I think the reaction, me included, might be a bit more dramatic about QB2 in that backup quarterback battle than what the coaching staff feels and thinks. That said, I need to see a lot from both guys this week. And today, I think it was a little bit better for Trevor Siemian. Jake Browning, sort of the same, some good stuff. And then he had the interception to Mike Hilton. Great play by Mike Hilton, according to Bengals OC Brian Callahan. So there you go. I think they're certainly going to have that antenna up looking for quarterbacks during cutdown day. No doubt.
Look who it is.
Establish himself as an RB. Strawberry Ice. Look at you showing up on a Sunday night. It's night shift for you, man. I'm surprised you're not napping before your shift or something. Yeah, I think Chris Evans has been one of the stars of camp, and he's going to make the team. I think he's a roster lock at this point because he's shown that he can run between the tackles. We know what he can do as a receiver. He's the best receiving back on the team. And as a pass blocker, I think he's improved a lot. So run between the tackles, best receiving back, certainly most talented route runner in that running back room. Easy to me. I think he makes the team. Now it's just a matter of do they keep 4 or not. Austin Elmore, yes, I want that 8x10. Give me that 8x10. Yes, I'm dead serious. I want it. I'll put it back here.
You will too.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
I mean, there's another one that you could put behind you, but that I got you. But
I'm gonna put this behind me. Oh. Shameless plug. Oh no, it fell. That's what happened. That's what happens when you go live. Enter the Jungle coming out September 12th. CincinnatiBengalsBook.com. Shameless plug.
Yeah, I should have had a banner ready. I mean, all this time
That's
we had
everybody's
to prepare.
Here, right?
Yeah, we knew this live was coming for, like you said, weeks and weeks, and I didn't even prepare a banner plugging the book. It's so weird. Why? Yeah, we were so well.
I know. I think what it is, I should just read word for word the book, right? That's why everybody's here. 170 people. Yeah, Jake's like, man, let's make sure James can keep it together, and that my podcast co-host doesn't say anything that that's so funny.
Is that what's
coming out?
Is that what's in your Yeti?
Oh, this is stacked and packed with H2O right here, baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm 7 hours away from right now. I'm less than, this, Andrew. Jake knows this too. I'll be at the gym in like 6.5 hours from right now because we plan these lives very well. So there's no way this could be bourbon, I guess is my point.
Yeah. Are we going to do the book on tape? I'll narrate. Yeah. You want me to narrate it for you, James?
That'd be good, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I'll read it for you.
Jeff Blake.
We'll negotiate price.
Shocks the Bengals in 1994. From third stringer to first string, Shakin' Blake was born. Could be good.
This has come up before, and they are actually different shell. No,
they are different.
It's all from the same place. I mean, but yeah, no, it does look like we're in the same room. It's just I have much better lighting. Let's be honest.
Definitely high quality H2O. Definitely. Out of the Yeti too. You got a little ice. Pinkies up.
You seeing this?
Oh, how dare you? That's a good one. Kelly Kapoor.
Anything else we should talk about? Is that the end of the live, or?
I mean, you're the one who has access to all the comments, Andrew.
Okay,
we did that on purpose. We did that on purpose. So go wherever you want. I'm an open book.
Crush Cyber Q. I have an easy answer for that one, Taylor, on my end, and there's no ice. But James will tell you his.
Oh, you talking?
If we're talking bourbon, sorry, water also no ice because.
What? Are you serious?
You
don't
cold.
Do ice and water?
It's cold when it comes out. Yeah, I don't know. Ice gets in the way. It's just a
serial killer.
That's like straw. Sure, wonderful. Give me the ice.
Do you have an ice maker in your fridge? You don't put ice in your water, bro.
I mean,
that's the craziest thing I've heard today.
That's the craziest thing you've heard today.
That's the craziest thing I've seen today. Andrew Fox Miller doesn't put ice in his water. It's called ice water for a reason, man. First off, it's crushed ice all day long in water.
Okay.
And there you go. Yeah, thank you, Taylor. Yes.
Okay.
But my ice, I didn't put enough in here. It's a big Yeti cup, and so some of it's already melted. I should have put more in.
Everything will be talked about in this live. Everything will be talked about in this live. I see the comments. We just haven't gotten there yet.
We're going to get to it.
All the questions
we're going to get to it.
Don't you worry.
By the way, for those that have just came in to the chat, and I promise we will get to the elephant in the room, which is Tuesday. Orlando Brown Jr., me, Andrew are all there. Just so you know, Aces Pickleball. Be there. Come see us in person. I'll chat one-on-one with Orlando Brown Jr. about how he became a Bengal, how surprising it was, the disrespect in Kansas City. Nothing is off the table for that interview. And for those out-of-towners that can't make it, we will post the interview right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So there you go. I know
we intend on it. We intend on it.
Yeah. If something crazy happens.
I went there on Friday, scoped it all out. We kind of went through technical issues. We're testing out the mics, cameras. I would love to have done it live on Tuesday with Orlando Brown Jr. and James at Aces.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna start small. We're gonna get it recorded. We'll get it up as quickly as we can. I think it's gonna be a fun
Damn.
time though. So I'd just
Keith-
rather
Keith
everyone
gets
just
it.
be there. If everyone was there, I
Keith
wouldn't have
gets
to
it.
film anything.
Psychopath. What's wrong with you?
No ice and what?
Freaking.
It's cold.
Hey, ice nuggets for me too. I'm with it. Yeah. I'm with it there. All right.
Who? Yeah. What?
I'm just picking questions here. DJ Ivey is ahead of Sidney Jones as of today. The whole cornerback room is beat up today. So DJ Turner didn't practice with the team, like in team drills. Sidney Jones remains out. So it was rough. Mike Thomas had to come in. Chidobe Awuzie, big step for him, working in 7-on-7s. So we'll see. But Marvell Tell was the other guy that was out. So we'll see. But I think Ivey's done well for himself, and Jones needs to come back soon.
What
do you got for me? What do you got for me? I was just picking a couple.
Yeah.
A couple.
All right. How about this?
We're up to 218. 218. Keep filing in now. Let's go. We'll get the elephant out of the way when it's
moving
time.
quick. I'm trying to pull it up here. Here you go.
What position group or player has stood out?
Let's go with position group.
The depth on the defensive line. They just come at it like in like fours. Like there are guys that have, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but just it's a numbers game. No realistic chance of making the team. And they are balling and making plays. And the announcers have to know their names. And, everyone talks about, after that first week, J2 Fele. Well, this past week, it was Raymond Johnson III and Dominique Davis after that first week. And then Owen Carney made plays. And obviously Jeff Gunter was making multiple plays. Like that defensive line room is deep. And of those guys I just named, maybe one makes the team. Maybe. Like that's how deep it is. Because you have Zach Carter and Joseph Osai and obviously Miles Murphy, who's feeling better and was practicing today, which is a great sign. It's a deep room. And the second position group would actually be the other offensive line. For the first time since 2015, this Bengals starting five is really damn good. They are really good. And I'm not just saying it because I'm interviewing Orlando Brown Jr. in a few days. What position group or player stood out the most? Yeah, so that would be it. I will say this, though. Cheeto deserves even more love, I think, for how good he looks. And I know he hasn't done team, and so we'll see when he does that and he gets out in games and can he guard Amari Cooper and all of those things. But he doesn't look like he's coming off of an ACL at all. No brace, no sign of it. The only reason is because the team's not letting him out there. So I think he deserves a lot of love as well.
Let's talk Burrow for a second. I know that's – yeah.
Well, we got to talk about Joe Burrow. Do you think Burrow will start practice next week? So all along, and I floated this idea out in the building, full disclosure. I said, after that third preseason game, 2 weeks out before the start of the regular season, he could get going then. And I think that's sort of the plan. Like he's already throwing. Not that he'll be like full go when he first gets back, but I think we might start to see him on the practice field next week. I do. Now, it does get tied in with the contract because if you're Joe Burrow, you want to get the contract done. And I know some of you are a bit concerned about the contract. Do we have any contract questions in there? I know there was one earlier. I've been getting a ton of questions on social media about that. When's Joe going to get done? When's he going to get done? I don't know exactly. It'll be awkward if the WEBN fireworks are happening. And I said this on Locked On tonight. If we're talking WEBN fireworks and there's no deal done. Until then, it's just kind of like, all right, it's got to get done. It's got to get done. And maybe they're waiting to try to get something done with T, which I think is less likely. But yeah, I do. I'm still pretty confident that it's going to get done in the foreseeable future. This week would be perfect. What else is there to talk about other than Joe Burrow's potential extension?
Let's see here. How about man? All right, that's actually pretty good.
He'll adjust that after several. Yes.
All right, I feel like this is a short answer.
Burrow. I don't. If I had to wager today, I would say Burrow gets done and T doesn't. before the start of the season. They may shock me. It's just really hard to do in the time the clock is ticking. And I know that T's agent is a tough negotiator. And when you mix all that together, it could be tough. It could be challenging. Hopefully they get it done. I would love to see it. That would be great.
Let's see. Elephants are cool.
Elephants, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew Scott Miller. Who's that?
I don't know. Scotty Miller is a little fast receiver.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Scotty Miller.
I know you are.
Yeah. I kind of wanted him on the league minimum.
Let's talk Chase Brown for a second here. I mean, I think people were expecting fireworks.
Let's address that running back elephant in the room.
Oh, I'm just trying to ease in.
That's what I was talking about. That is what's Chase Brown's role going to be on this team? I think he's going to get carries. I think he's the most explosive runner. See, there's a lot of different categories, and I don't think the Bengals running back room, there's not one guy that can do it all. We know that, and I'm not just the reality of the situation in that room. Evans, the best natural receiver, best route runner, great hands, and he's improving between the tackles. I think Chase Brown is such a natural runner, really explosive. He's smaller, love his work ethic, pass blocking. I think it's just going to take some time. Didn't have to do it a lot at Illinois. But as a runner, just pure runner, I think he's going to be really good right away.
All right, let's see.
Were you expecting more? That was the Chase Brown.
Yeah.
It was the Chase Brown question. I saw play calling out of the corner of my eye.
What do you think?
Whatever you want. Enter the jungle. Less than a month away. September
I'll get your link up on the banner here.
CincinnatiBengalsBook.com.
We've talked about Charlie Jones a lot. I should say this channel has mentioned Charlie Jones a lot, but also worth mentioning while we're here on this live stream.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take?
How's he doing?
Yeah,
I think he's a stud. I think it's going to take a little time. He's going to get stronger for him to max out and be the guy he's going to be in a year or two. So he's going to be in that weight room on that Built Bar plan. Hopefully I'll see him in the gym at 5 a.m. I'm just kidding. I love his work ethic. That's part of why I'm sold on him. Is he obviously had the college production, but since he's got here, both him and Andre Yosevach have just worked their tails off, and they're coming in like an hour late after OTAs, like open locker rooms right after practice during the offseason program, and those guys are still out there, and then they finally stroll in. Same thing with Charlie today. Is he came in much later. Andre, same thing. And you're seeing it pay off for Yosevach for sure. With Jones, I've seen it more on the practice field. The first two preseason games, I think he was better this week than last week. I do think it's going to translate, though, and he's going to be good right away. So those two receivers, it was not a receiver-centric draft. I don't think there was a ton of receiver talent compared to other drafts in past years and recent years. But the Bengals, I think, found themselves two guys that are going to be regular contributors on offense for the majority of their Bengals tenure, which when you're doing that on day 3 of the draft, that's a huge, huge win. Now, where do they end up? How many catches will they have? How big will their role be long-term? I'm not sure. Obviously, short-term, you hope neither one has a big role because if Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd stay healthy, those are the top 3.
We kind of talked about Burrow and his deal already, but I'm just kind of tossing this up
man. Yeah, that would be awkward. I do wonder if someone would blink. And that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't panic and why I don't think it's time to panic. The vow of silence hasn't been broken, and it's been very quiet. And I know Joe is chill right now. I don't think he's really worried about the negotiations or anything like that. And so who knows? They could be close on him and T. And it's just a matter of making sure the puzzle pieces fit. I don't know. But the closer we get, I think the less likely it is that both get done, of course, because there just is a time frame in which you want to get them done. But I think Burrow's going to get done. That said, it would be weird if we didn't hear anything and they just went into week 1 with no deal. Like, that would be weird. So I would imagine it would get broken by either one of the sides, by someone in the league. It would get broken because at some point someone has to blink if they're really staring at each other. And I don't think they are, by the way. I think it's more about trying to make everything fit and get everything done. Obviously, they have Logan locked up. They're hoping to get T and obviously Joe locked up as well.
All right, let's see.
Look alive, I do Andrew. Come on now, don't fall asleep on me. It's only 10:21. I'm not falling asleep. Come on now.
It's I kind of want to bring this up. Not so much. I mean, you're welcome to answer the question, obviously, but I think from Jackson Carman, Lyle Collins.
Yeah.
Where are we at? What are we thinking? Projections. Let's go.
I would keep Lyle. I think he's a perfect insurance policy in that tackle room because Jonah is motivated, ready to go, all smiles in the locker room. Love what I'm seeing from him at right tackle. Obviously, Orlando Brown Jr. is the real deal at left tackle. Feel really good about your starting tackles. But if one of those guys goes down, either one, Lyle is essentially insurance for both sides. Because if Orlando goes down, then you can move Jonah to the left side and have Lyle play right tackle. In vice versa, if Jonah goes down, well, then you just slide Lyle into right tackle and you feel really darn good about your line. So I would keep Collins, and that's part of it. That's part of this negotiation too, making sure you can fit everything under the cap. Lyle kind of looks like a luxury at this point, and there's some cap money there. I would want to keep him. How can you do that and also get everything else done? I'm not saying he's preventing them from doing anything because he's not, but making it all fit. I do think that's a factor, but hopefully they keep him. As for Jackson Carman, I think they're trying to figure out where to put the second round pick and get the most out of him going into year 3. He's in better shape, but he's still been inconsistent. Quality run blocker at times, but there's that lack of focus. They tried him at left tackle last week and for the majority of the game on Friday, obviously right tackle at the end of the game. Do they try him at guard? I don't know. I think we saw that. I think we just kind of know what he is, and they could go the trade route, but I do think he makes the team. It's hard to cut a second round pick from just a couple of years ago. So I think he makes the team if they don't find a trade partner.
I like this one because we've talked about Irv Smith a lot, James.
Yeah. I think Irv Smith Jr. is going to make an impact. It's tough. And honestly, one of the things that really stinks about Burrow being out is that not getting the rapport built with Irv Smith Jr. Now, I don't think it's going to take a while, but it would be nice. It would be nice to get him in line and exactly where Burrow expects him, and Burrow would have a feel for where Irv is going to be and all of those things. But we've seen some dominant days from Irv Smith Jr. There was a practice where he had like 8 or 9 catches during team drills and 11-on-11 and 7-on-7 combined from Jake Browning. I think that was a Jake Browning day, but he's had some red zone catches, multiple touchdowns throughout camp. I think he looks good, and we'll see if he can hold up as a blocker, but I think they know how to use him as a blocker and move him a little bit when they need to give him that extra oomph in blocking when they need to as a run blocker. And so if you could do that and use him kind of like you did with Hayden Hurst last year, I think he's going to be able to get you 500-600 yards, multiple touchdowns, and be that 4th to 5th option in the passing game, assuming everybody's healthy. That's where he would be in the pecking order.
What's up with DJ Reader?
Ice, I have some bad news. And I don't know if it's crushed ice for you, if it's a block of ice, if it's a strawberry.
He said no ice, which I think is hilarious.
No, he did not.
I swear.
Are you serious, strawberry? Oh, my God, no ice. Your name is Ice. That's like Mr. Freeze being against the cold. That said, all right.
There it is.
I don't think it gets done. I put no ice in all of my drinks. No ice. That doesn't make any sense. That's like saying you're allergic to strawberries. Are you kidding?
Ice. He doesn't need it.
No ice. Oh.
All right, DJ Reader.
Oh, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, anyways, yeah, DJ Reader. I don't think anything happens. He's dealt with some injuries. He's pushing 30. He's not 30 yet. DJ, I'm not trying to age you, but I think they're focused on T and Joe and T. And they'll kind of evaluate this defense, Chidobe Awuzie, DJ Reader, these guys after the season and kind of see where they're at. I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't see it happening before the start of the season. And if anything, it would be next year, kind of in like a Jermaine Pratt mold, where he plays out the year, tests free agency, and they realize like, hey, we can keep this together and we can strike a deal that makes sense for both sides. But I didn't think Pratt would be back, and he was. So I don't want to rule out Reader. I just don't think it gets done between now and when he becomes a free agent next year.
This came up earlier, but it's been a little bit. We're
are we drinking? Nah.
End of season kind of thing. I mean, no, the frequency of the frequency of which we do a live is about end of season annually.
Andrew's been giving me so much grief about doing lives regularly. And so guess what? In front of 278 of you right now, the plan is to do many more lives this season than we've done in years past.
So like kind of like you're many more as in like same
Honestly,
several, it's in the same vein,
If we do them like this, maybe we do them weekly.
If we do them
so like we could talk about Joe.
That's right.
Burrow and everything that Joe Burrow brings.
I've heard some rumblings. What's going on? What are your thoughts on that move?
Hold on.
From people asking this question, not that that's going to happen.
I've heard some rumblings. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Let's get to insider Andrew Fox Miller, who has the latest on Carson Wentz to the Bengals.
You did. Yep. My last news report, I still need to follow through on, which was only on social, and that was the bet that you lost.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
You need to.
Don't try to drag me through the mud, Andrew Fox Miller.
All right.
Carson Wentz. I would be on board. I would be on board with it. Sure. I don't think the Bengals would be, just fit-wise. But to me, can you run? Yeah, he's big. He's got a strong arm, can throw the go ball. If Burrow goes down, say, hey, Jamar and T go long. Carson, if they're not there and Tyler Boyd's not open over the middle, run that damn thing. It would be very simple. And that might be their best option. So it also matters what kind of money he's looking for. His agent may say, don't take a backup job. Let's wait and see if someone gets hurt. Like there's a lot of factors there in that. But yeah, Carson Wentz, would I be on board? I think I would for sure. Wednesday night lives would be elite. Andrew Gordon. Okay. Wednesday night works for Andrew. Does it work for Fox though?
It works for Andrew Scott Miller.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't know. Yeah, we'll work something.
Wednesday may work. Wednesday could work.
We'll make something work. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah. The goal is to do more lives, though. In all seriousness,
we think. I feel like the questions have kind of died down on one particular topic. Is that a good time to?
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about anything that happened today?
Anything?
If so, ask them.
Yeah. Let's see here.
No, Jeff, I'm not coming. Not traveling for the preseason. I get that Joe Burrow treatment. I just keep my feet up at home.
Hang on, I actually really like this question.
My rehab plan.
I like this question. I feel like you and I have this discussion a lot during camp, especially.
Favorite
right?
Bengal that won't make the team. I actually think this is pretty easy. I'm trying to think if there's another one. There's two. Oh God. There's two. One is safety Mike Thomas. Uncle Mike, as they call him. He's the most likable guy in the locker room. I don't know how you couldn't like him. He's a leader, certainly cares. I hope he stays in the building. I just look around and I see Jordan Battle, Tyson Anderson, Dax Hill, and Nick Scott. And are you keeping 5 safeties? I don't know. Darren Simmons would really have to be able to win a battle to keep Mike around for the special teams part of it. And then the other, and this is my guy. Oh, I hate it. Every time I do my roster projection, I'm like, this sucks that he's not on it. I just think it's a deep cornerback room. Alan George, AG. And hopefully he makes the team. I hope he has 8 interceptions against Washington and makes the team. I don't see. I think it's a numbers game. And so we'll see there. Those are the two that I like a lot. And I think they can play. I think they have value. Mike Thomas is the veteran who obviously adds all the intangible stuff and is really good special teamer. And then Alan George, I like him as a player. I think he's going to be a solid corner in this league for a long time.
Saw a couple of these come up. We'll get this one out of the way. About this Joe Burrow quarterback thing, we talked about this one too. I mean, we know what's been reported, but there's no inside information.
Boomer said it. I haven't heard anything else. I sent follow-ups about it, and no one has said yes, he's doing it. So I don't think he's doing it. I think it's very clear that he's not. If I see more smoke, fine. I haven't seen any new cameras around the facility. You think that they would be tracking? Maybe they're just really good at hiding it. But I haven't said anything, seen anything. The people I've talked to have said no. So as of now, I don't think he's doing the quarterback show. And here's what I want to know. Who the hell is doing the quarterback show? Because we know all these guys that have turned it down. Who is doing it? That's what I want to know. Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
It'd be a good one. He just threw an incomplete as we we're talking about that quarterback show. It's 5 yards short.
All right. You want to get to like the big question that we have here?
Whatever you want, man.
Is that so? All right.
The big question is, where are you going to be on Tuesday?
Oh, right.
It's very simple. Aces Pickleball and Kitchen in Norwood, Orlando Brown Jr. and me 1-on-1 in pickleball. No, I don't know if we'll do that, but I will interview him. A ton of raffle tickets, and the raffles are going to have 50+ winners. And get this, all of those proceeds, they're going to go to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I know it's something that's really dear and near to Orlando Brown's heart. And so, yeah, make sure you show up. You can get Orlando Brown Jr.'s autograph. It's a meet and greet. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
let me just do a little bit of housekeeping here.
Okay.
This, Mark, and Taylor, it's not an ad, it's an invitation. Come join us.
What do you mean?
And it's
we're
for
trying
charity.
To promote,
it's not.
We're trying to promote.
We don't make
Orlando
money
Brown
off. Like we're doing this because we're trying to deliver what people might want
ad
from the bank.
That isn't paid for. There's no money. That is not an ad. That is a. I don't know, but it's not an ad. Put it that way.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, I'm going to find the most recent question. Let's see here. Get to the point.
Make it a good one. I'm sure there was a lot of them.
Oh, wait. There was a YouTube ad that came up like in the mid-roll or something. Oh.
Everyone, 30 people bailed too.
Okay, I got you. Now I follow you. That was a bad time to be plugging something that wasn't an ad. That was an invitation that a real ad happened to play. I got you.
That's our fault.
Wow, actually, kudos to YouTube for playing an ad right before we were really about to get to the question that we wanted.
They were like, "Dang, they're getting to it." Hey, play the ad. Play the ad.
Yeah, so some AI picking up what we were up to there. All right, let's see. Someone asked. Someone throw me someone lob me the question here. I know I got to go through a whole thing. Give me the big question that's been asked over and over here.
Yeah,
someone. I'll throw it up as soon as you do it. I don't want to scroll. Come on. What's the biggest? Okay, here we go. Thank you.
I was reading an email. What happened with Mix? That's the one you find?
Somebody had to throw it out there, and this was the first one after I requested it.
What happened with Mix?
There, and Drew too. I'll kind of keep throwing it up there as you get through the topic.
All right, so here. All right, I have no idea why Joe Mixon's mad at me. I don't know. He didn't say. He pointed out me, Ben, Kelsey, and Jay in the locker room. And so fine. Said he didn't want to talk to us. That's fine. Also declined to talk to everybody, so it really didn't change anything. I don't know why he would be mad at me other than saying exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And this isn't an I told you so. It's exactly what happened. Everything I said about Joe Mixon this offseason happened. So I could speculate, but here's what I've said. Joe Mixon is paid more than all these other running backs that produce more than him, that the Bengals will either cut him or renegotiate his deal, that they were in on running backs and they had all those discussions. And guess what? They renegotiated his deal. And it was much later than anticipated, but they did. I didn't really hit on any of the criminal stuff. Like anybody that watches our channel knows that. I didn't write a bunch of slander on allbengals.com about the off the field stuff. I shouldn't say criminal stuff, but the criminal investigation and all that stuff. So I don't know, other than like the newsers with that stuff and me saying that I would have cut him, which guess what? Everybody in Cincinnati media said it. Every single person that covers the Bengals said, yeah, I wouldn't bring him back at a $12.7 million cap hit. Every single one. And guess who else said it? The Bengals, because they restructured his deal. And it's because he didn't have leverage. And it's because Dalvin Cook was just out there forever in the same draft class, and he's been more productive. And we could go on and on about the running back market. I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to like me. It's not a big deal. I don't have to be liked by everyone. I think it's weird that his agent, Peter Schaefer, and that's who I think did it because he tweeted it out. I think it's weird his agent gave our names to Mike Florio. I think that's very weird. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But now I just got everybody asking about it. So where was I mean to Joe Mixon? I don't know. I think I was pretty honest about where the Bengals were on Mixon all offseason long. They would have been in on a running back much earlier in the draft. It just didn't fit. They were in on certain free agent running backs. Running back was a huge topic all offseason long. Part of that was because they had a $12.7 million cap hit on a guy that they weren't bringing back at that number. And so maybe I offended him. I have no idea. But like, there's a lot of speculation on social media about, oh, well, these people are saying this, or his address got put out there. No. I didn't put his address out there. I didn't even really dive into the investigation and all the allegations and all that, because I'm not a crime reporter. I'm a sports reporter. So I'll do the news part of it, and I'll say it's not a good look because it wasn't a good look. It's still not a good look. This isn't a good look, by the way, because now we're still talking about it when he probably could have squashed it today, and now it's a thing. But that's pretty much it. That's kind of how I feel about it. So maybe he could tell me what the issue is. I think it's, to sum it up, I think I was pretty dead on exactly where the Bengals stood with Joe Mixon all offseason long, even though they wouldn't admit it publicly because they were still working through their roster issues. And ultimately, he did take the pay cut because otherwise they were going to cut him. It's that cut and dry. That cut and dry. It wasn't, because he wanted to stay in Cincinnati, of course, but they also gave him more than he would have gotten anywhere else with that negotiation, with that pay cut. So whatever. Also, this channel had the one interview that painted him in a great light, and he still doesn't want to. I mean, that's fine. I don't care, but to me, it's silly. And it was weird that, and I believe it was his agent. Maybe Mike Florio talked to Joe, whoever put our names out there. It was really weird. Doesn't matter. I'm in the public light anyways. But there you go. I think I was honest about Joe Mixon all offseason long. It wasn't personal. Maybe he took it personal. That's fine. And that's it. And I think I've been pretty fair all along. If I haven't, then show me where I haven't, because I talk about the Bengals more than anyone. I don't think there's I don't think there's anyone in the public forum that does more videos, audio, in writing covering the Bengals than me. So find the clip. If Joe wants to find it and share it with me, he certainly can.
Yeah, not that anyone's looking for my take on this, but I just want to, glad you mentioned the video from back in June, because that was a big project, as you know, as you're aware. And we put I put a lot of effort into getting that thing turned around and produced quickly. It was the first time that Joe had talked to me. And again, none of this matters as far as like, hey, look how well we prop up Mixon. My point is just that I was very proud of how that turned out. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you all go see it, because I think it still holds up. And
sure.
Being able to go out there and really highlight what he was doing for the community, for the kids with his camp. And it's a little disheartening, I think, just from where I'm sitting to hear about it and be like, man, I work really hard for this brand, at least, to I'll do that for any player, obviously. But at the end of the day, like I did that knowing that, we're putting something unique out there. And I do think it put Joe in a really good light. So hopefully people enjoyed it, and hopefully people felt the same way. Check it out if you haven't. So,
yeah, I think that was something that you and Elise did a great job on, and it did paint Joe in a good light, because he does a lot of good things in the community, and no one ever said he didn't. And that's, or at least no one on this channel said he didn't, or on allbengals.com, or on Locked On Bengals. So I'll just point out the outlets, or at James Rapien on Twitter, or Cincinnati Bengals Talk on Facebook. I think I've kind of hit all of the things. So that's it. I'm not going to go into how the beat has covered him, because I haven't read everything from the beat. Honestly, I don't have time to read everything everybody writes or listen to everybody's podcast. I don't. So I'm not going to comment on that. I think the beat does a really good job of covering the team, but I'm not going to speak in generalities there, because I haven't consumed it all. I know what I've said, written, and done. And look, it's not always going to be this. energetic, exciting. Oh my God, lovey-dovey. Like sometimes I'm going to be critical of guys. Do you think Jake Browning loves that I'm critical of him, or Trevor Siemian? Like, I've been really hard on them over the past 10 days. There was a time when I was probably harder on Zach Taylor than anyone. Anyone in media here in Cincinnati. It was very tough on Zach Taylor. Ask Andrew, hard on Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the job. And so with Mixon, when he comes off of his worst year, when he's making a lot of money, that's going to come up, especially when going back to the other Joe and T and all these guys, there's only so much cap money to spend and throw around. And so that's why they were always going to renegotiate with him if he was on the team. It's just very real. And I try to be real. It's never personal. And maybe it gets blended with some guys. Maybe guys get sent things from other people. I understand that. I know a lot of players' families that pay attention to CBT and watch CBT, and I'm sure they don't love everything that is said. I get that. But I try to be fair. That's it. I'm not always going to be the night. If it's 31-10 and the Bengals lose, it's not going to be the most pleasant video, right? Sometimes it's going to be a little more uncomfortable or critical. My goal is to be fair. And I feel like I've been pretty fair with Joe Mixon. He doesn't feel that way. His agent doesn't feel that way. That's fine. They don't have to talk. They don't have to talk to me. I never did a one-on-one with Joe Mixon last year on this channel. Me. Find it. I didn't. It'll be okay. I promise I'll be all right. And so that's it. And he's not the first player to have a problem with me, and he probably won't be the last. That's okay.
I think looking at from what I see, like in the comments on social media, things like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the comments. Maybe they hate what I'm saying.
No. I'm making a general statement, not just tonight, right? But like looking from that vantage point, which I'm also a part of course, is like,
yeah,
I think some people get it gets a little tricky when they start to look at somebody that they view as what they define as a reporter. And when you start inserting opinion at any level, in the eyes of some people, I think it's a bit of a slippery slope as far as how they receive that information. Sure. and how, this is bias, or this is fandom, or you're anti this team. And I think it's tricky.
Yeah. The thing is I'm wearing a hat. I wear like 8 hats. It's columnist, podcaster, reporter. Obviously, this is commentator, I guess is what I would say for Cincinnati Bengals Talk, because I do commentaries after every game, every practice, all of those things. Like many hats. And in the opinion one is the most important one. It's the most important one because it's the one that translates to all of them. We'll do newsers here on some stuff, like big things, but we're not doing transactional news. We didn't do a video on like, for example, we didn't do a video like when charges got filed. We didn't do a specific video when charges got, when he was found not guilty. We mentioned it, but we're not the news on this. This is more commentator style, opinion-based stuff. And so there's that. But
look,
go ahead.
Let's pull the curtain back for a second here. It's not like we didn't talk about it in terms of to what level should we do something from a video standpoint as things were going on. And don't get me wrong, there's some appeal there from a content creator standpoint, from where I'm sitting, where I'm like, yeah, people will really be eating up. They'll want to watch that. They'll want to consume that. But we still make the judgment call of, at the end of the day, no, that's not us. If it's a huge impact to the team and what's happening on the field, or what's happening, the implications. Yeah. So we have those discussions regularly, and I understand why there's a big draw. It'll get clicks, all that good stuff, but
sure.
we opted out. So
yeah, so I think it's weird. Like the name part of it, I think is because I had different ways of, and I kind of tried to work through how I was going to respond. And ultimately I talked with Andrew, talked to some other people. I'm not going to name everybody. And it's like, all right, well, we'll just do a live and we'll chat with people that way and pull back the curtain and give you an idea. And that's it. Look, I try to have good relationships with everybody. I get it. Mixon probably feels like he was the man in Cincinnati. And then the moment that we said, hey, get him out of here because he makes too much money. And that sounds great, but the writing was on the wall last year all season long. Like we knew the cap hit We knew the performance and we knew the running back market. They all go hand in hand. It's just it's part of the job. And so if he doesn't like it, that's fine. I will say this though. There's a lot of other markets where it would be much harder and it would be much more confrontational and much harder on that. He just has to ask around. I know he has friends around the league. I've worked in other markets. This is not the meanest market, even with people that I know that some of the reporters aren't necessarily the biggest fan favorites right now.
I know there's a lot of questions and comments coming in here. I'm kind of marking them. So if you feel like I ignored or dismissed something, I'm coming back to some of these. This is a hard pivot, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time. It's weird to jump from Mixon to like gear talk here, but yes, you're exactly right. It's a DSLR. It's actually it's a mirrorless as a webcam. You're pretty spot on, and I did not get a chance to calibrate temp because I'm preparing for something tomorrow, James. We're not going to spoil, but we'll be working on some projects tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we have another exclusive coming your way tomorrow, and or not tomorrow. We're recording it tomorrow, and it's more of a season preview thing that we're going to put a lot of work in and effort in, and we're excited about it. And that's why we did not plan on doing it live tonight, but certainly wanted to and address it and discuss it. And yeah, that's that.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. I guess Jake, what people?
Yeah, what did Jake say?
With Jake, I don't even know. I don't even know the origin of what kind of everybody talking. I think maybe just get some locked on shout outs and he's interacting, but
I'll do this one. Vontez Burfict wasn't a fan, but Vontez Burfict didn't like a lot of people. So there you go. That's one. And I don't even know really what was said that, like, because I was a young pup in the game. I wasn't doing what I'm doing now and talking and podcasting and all of those things. I think it might have been the station. I worked for ESPN 1530 full time then. I think it might have been more of a station thing than necessarily me personally. But you never know with these things. But it's okay. Not a huge deal. Again, it is what it is, as they say.
Let's see here.
Any other questions? We'll wrap up here soon. We 308 of you watching. We want to see all 308 of you at Aces Pickleball. Just to be serious, like I'm dead serious.
I'll want to see you there while I'm pulling up some.
I got you. Right here. I want to see all 308 of you here. Jake Lisco, I want you to fly in. No excuses. No excuses, Jake. Fly in for this. Fly in. All those prizes, Jake. You could win pregame pass, home tickets, signed jerseys, signed photos, meet and greet, pregame on-field picture with Orlando. Man, I mean, look at this. You get a OBJ signed autograph as well while you're there. And I'm going to talk one-on-one with him. It's going to be a heck of a conversation. That's going to be a fun one. There's a lot of stuff to ask Orlando Brown Jr. He knows what Jonah Williams is going through right now. Like switching sides. He knows all about that and not being happy about it and playing a side that you don't want to play. So I'm excited to talk about a lot of that stuff. And it should be a good one. He's the best left tackle they've had in a long time.
When I was at the facility on Friday looking at their setup, I tried their food. It was good. The wings.
Oh.
Yeah, preparing a brown sugar citrus brine. Hey, look at this.
You know
I'm doing you a salad. I'm going to throw this up there.
You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to get good at pickleball. And then I'll just have next time we do one of these at Aces, I'm just going to have a pickleball tournament, James versus the world. I got to get good first, though. I've never played in my life. So
what is pickleball? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Tennis light?
You have to show up to the event to find out.
Tennis light?
Nah, yeah, it's getting more and more popular.
Here, I'll do this. Before you wrap up, Chase Brown, RB1. No, it's Joe Mixon. It's Joe Mixon. He's their starting running back. He's going to get a ton of snaps. He'll be on the field for 55% of the offensive snaps this year. That's it. See, if I was biased, I would say, yeah, Chase Brown, RB1. But no, I think it'll be Joe Mixon. I think but he should have a pretty good year. This is the best line he's had. So he should have a good year. We'll see.
I got a couple of things here. So I'm gonna rapid fire some things here.
Probably 63, depending on the weather. I think he get up to 65, 67 if it's in a dome, maybe. I agree, Drew. I think I would be, if I really worked at it, you know who's good at pickleball? Is Zach. Zach Taylor's good at pickleball. He doesn't like to brag about it, but I heard he's pretty good. I want to get good at it, and then we'll do like a charity event or something. We'll see if I get Zach involved. This is years down the line. See, I'm still young enough to where I don't think I need to really fully dive into pickleball yet. And there, I just called Zach old. He's like the youngest head coach in Bengals history, second youngest. But there we go.
If I were to sum up a lot of our comments that I read on all of our videos, it's usually something to this effect.
Aggravates me, man. Dang. Will.
This guy annoys me, but I just can't stop watching.
Love you too, Will.
How about this one? Actually, I'm gonna do fluff for a moment while I pull up some of my best wings in Cincy. Northside Yacht Club in Northside.
No, you're wrong.
Who's the best in Cincinnati? Who?
Are you serious?
Go on.
Downtown.
This was supposed to be rapid fire.
Downtown.
Downtown.
Wings. Downtown.
Go. Oh, it has to be downtown? I'm just saying in the Cincinnati area.
No.
Why are you being all cryptic? Just give me the answer.
Have you not had knockback Nats?
Yes, they're amazing too. I'm just saying
they're way better than Northside Yacht Club, bro. What you talking about?
I'm not gonna say you're crazy for saying that. Like I love their wings. I'm just like the Oak. There's some great ones.
I got
but
you. Okay.
Pony. I mean, there's some really good wings out there, but man, oh man.
Yeah. There we go, Matt.
Yeah.
There we go, Matt. There we go, Matt. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Anything else to say on that situation? You think I need to hit on anything else? I feel like I hit it. I'm just.
I mean, look, put it this way. I didn't flash up every comment looking for all the minutia from it, but I will say that there were a number of questions. I'm gonna phrase it like people concerned about the implications of relationships, locker room, players, what have you. I don't want to sit here and project, obviously, or anything like that. But we talk. It is what it is. We're not worried about it, right?
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just trying to read like relationships. What do you mean?
Like people basically saying like, hey, are you worried that like this is gonna other players might join soon and not want to speak to you or something like that?
No, I mean I try to carry myself the same way regardless. Like that's why I didn't fly off the handle and tweet something, or when Mixon did that, it's not like I yelled back at him. Like if he doesn't like what I'm saying, then that's fine. And if he wants to talk about it, we can talk about it. We really can. Like I wouldn't have any issue if we talked about it. I'm not going to yell at him across the locker room. We're not doing that. And that's kind of it. And that's fine with any of the guys.
People know the context of what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I know.
And I try to have a good relationship with everybody, so they know that when I'm critical, I'm doing it because it's my job. But I want them to know that I'm going to be a professional and cover them fairly, and that's the part of it, the fair part. Feels like I didn't do that. That's fine. It's what I try to do every day. And I know a lot of people, what we're talking about, all the mixing off the field stuff. We did not cover that wrongly. I know we didn't. And me talking about the cap situation and the team and roster part, well, that is like number one in my job, to give my opinion about the roster and the team. I do that every day about I did it in this video about Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning. I had to do it about Mike Thomas and Alan George, two guys I really, really like as people, like a ton. And I said that I don't think they're going to make the team. Like it's just part of the job. And so I don't know where it went. I don't know how it got twisted or what it did, or maybe it didn't get twisted. Maybe he's just mad and hates. I think we just said the same things everybody else was saying, and we did it maybe louder or reached a larger audience because of the platforms that I'm on. Maybe it was louder, but it was my opinion, and I stand by it. There was no world in which Joe Mixon was back at his old contract. None. Zero. And that was pretty much sums up the offseason. There's a lot of going back and forth about it and debate and Jonah Williams this and that. And no, it was just Mixon's contract wasn't guaranteed and they weren't bringing him back at that number.
There's your QB2 question, by the way. There's the answer.
Pick six. That's what we would call him, Jake Pick Six Lisco. That man would throw more pick sixes. That would be like Nathan Peterman. Didn't Nathan Peterman throw 4 passes, 4 picks in his first start or something? Yeah,
I don't remember how many it was.
Jake Peterman. Come on, Jake Peterman. I hope he's still here. I hope he's still here. Because otherwise I just talk bad about Jake Lisco. Behind his back. Oh no.
That's actually, we didn't even talk about Wouzier. So like, go on with that. That's a good one.
I did. I talked about him at the beginning, how impressed I was. I do not think he will play on Saturday in the preseason.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Is specific.
I think. Yeah. I think it's more of a let's slowly ramp him up. He did 7-on-7 today. I think he'll do 7-on-7 maybe tomorrow, certainly Wednesday, probably Thursday. And then what I would say is you give him until what, Monday? Oh, they don't practice Monday. That's interesting. Probably what they would do is then give him that long, because there's a long break after that third preseason game because it's cut down day, administrative stuff. And then maybe next Wednesday, you try him in 11-on-11 for the first time. Maybe. I think that would probably be fair because that way you give him some 7-on-7 reps and then you get into it next week. But no preseason. Zero chance.
I don't want to stay on this topic, but it is funny, the commentary. Like, James would be a better quarterback than Jake basically would. But Jake would be a better coach.
I mean,
actually, I don't know how Jake would be as a coach, but I agree that James would not be a great coach.
Probably not. That's fine. I'm not a coach. You know what I would be, though? I'd be running.
Yeah,
QB running.
I know you think that.
That's what I've done. 1 AA, everybody go deep so QB can run on 1. Ready? So it would be. I'd average 8.9 yards a carry.
Not hard enough to where I couldn't flash this one up. That's my answer, I guess. I saw it.
There we go. Big Johnson knows it. Big Johnson knows it. Yeah. In the slot. Yeah, baby. Uncoverable. Jordan Shipley. Ever heard of him?
Oh, my God.
Hey, man. How many we got? 285 in here? I'm not sure any of these 285 could cover me one-on-one, Andrew.
I played one.
I'm serious.
I did flag football with James one time, and like I don't even remember it. I just remember him constantly talking in my ear about how he's always going to be open and he's going to destroy everybody. Don't do it. I would not.
I had to be quarterback. So I played flag for the first time this session, right? What was it? It was spring session. It's the first time playing flag in probably like 5 years. And I had to be our quarterback. And I'd much rather play receiver, running around and getting open, doing all that stuff. I had to be our quarterback. We finished second, got to the championship game. We just could not stop them. The team we were playing was just freakish. We could not stop them. So we scored like 40 points in the finals and still lost.
Okay. I just like everyone putting.
You wouldn't. 282 people. You guys are all. I'll take you one by one. We can. Don't matter. Paycor Stadium, there's nothing but space and opportunity. Lock me up 1-on-1.
Oh, my God.
See, this is the type of question I love. Look at this. I love
Why do you all do this?
The answer is obviously Charlie Jones, but this is closer than whatever that guy was saying he would lock me up. Just saying. That's much more realistic right here.
Is that are you getting is that a super chat, but you got like paid under the table for that one to flash that up? To ask that question? We're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yoshi is very confident. I love it. He should be confident. He's one of the best athletes on the team already. He's getting better and better. He works really hard. He should be confident. Nah, Matt, 317 would have gotten the work too. The only thing is I was wondering, like, did a player jump on? Did like former player jump on me? Because that's the only risk there. Because then I would lose that one. But if it's just everyday people, y'all are getting worked. Andrew Fox Miller gonna have to help you up. That's what's gonna have to happen.
James would be like, I will edit all the videos for a week if you document this.
Yeah.
Like
Lonnie, I would dunk on you. Don't even. I know Lonnie from St. Louis. I'll dunk on you, man. I would T. Higgins against the Chiefs in the title. Wait, that's me. Just taking it from you.
Oh my God! Now, like, what have you done to these comments?
Oh,
like,
this is so good. This is my.
Oh my
this is
God!
I love this. I wouldn't lock you up. I'm gonna get that. No, you wouldn't. I'm gonna use that body. I'm wide, man. That's gonna be interference. You're either interfering or I'm catching it. That's it. Dunk on the 7-foot rim. No, Elmo, I got hops now. I got hops. No, I'm not dunking, but at 5'9", I'm getting rim still. On the wrong side of 30. Better believe that one. You would have to morph to have a shot, and I still think it wouldn't go your way. All James would see is the name of Ethan Featherhoff. Man, come on now.
I like that he thinks that he's playing a sport where they actually bothered to stitch a name on the back of the jersey. I never had that.
Man. Voltron was better. Yeah, we're just different age ranges. That's all. That's all that means.
Oh, we got a YouTube ad run. Man, I didn't even really set that to do mid. I don't know.
Yeah, on the pickleball court. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, all right, you might have beat me in pickleball. Let's go right now. That's it.
We're just going with your.
Why? You can tell why. Look who rubbed off on me now. I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
All right, let's get some. Oh my God, let's get some questions, like quick questions, and let's do rapid fire. Let's go. Give me. I'll throw it up.
You've seen me daily. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I don't lie about my height, man. You're shorter than I thought.
Oh Come on, let's get a few more questions and we'll wrap this up.
Favorite Fearless song. All right, let me look up the album to make sure that I get them all. Because I get the albums confused because I just put Taylor on people are really gonna love this, but I always put Taylor on just shuffle and I just listen to whatever. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is You Belong With Me. Easy money. You Belong With Me. I forgot that one was on there. There you go. I get them blended and confused. It's really tough to keep up, but there you go. That's the one.
This came up a few times.
Biggest concern before the start of the season. Obviously extensions, Burrow's health. Those would be the first things. But football wise, and I put this out there today on Twitter because I was curious. I would say it would be pass protecting running back, backup quarterback, and then backup offensive line. And those were the three options. I would put them in that order because I'm really confident in the starters offensive line wise. And I think La'el Collins is the perfect insurance policy. Burrow is feeling good. He's feeling probably not hungry. I was about to plug a chili restaurant, but I'm not going to. No, Burrow is doing well and he's on track. And I think he's feeling good. I think when does the Burrow extension get done? This week would make sense. Next week would. I'm not pressing panic until the WEBN fireworks are happening. DJ Ivy or Sidney Jones in final cuts. I think Ivy has the edge as of right now. Who ends up with my targets? Most targets by week 18. I will say, that's tough. Charlie Jones. Because I think he'll be active. I think he's going to be active as a punt returner. So I just think it'll happen. Who will the Bengals miss the most? Hurst, Bates, Bell, Pirine. Pirine. That running back room looks a lot different if Samaje Pirine is still here. It looks a lot different.
Yeah, obviously that's assuming tight end, like all the other positions, but especially tight end, like it is healtly all season. Like, yeah, I'm not. We're not going to predict that he's going to get hurt. Like, they're going to regret. Yeah.
And there's no battle for backup tight end. Like I think we have an idea. Like Drew Sample's the second guy, and then we'll go from there. So that's the point. Percentage chance for a Carmen trade, 20%. I think it's high for the Bengals. I think 20% is probably most. Takes two to tango. Will the compensation be right? All of those things. But could you roll Carmen for a proven running back or a proven tight end option? If so, I would consider that for sure.
Often. And usually, sadly, by myself in the quiet of this basement, and it's just me looking at a replay that I have to edit.
If Andrew tried to guard me, he would be. This man wouldn't even be able to leave his basement. He would be stuck in the basement forever. This man would have two casts on his legs. He would have his arm in a sling, and he'd have to edit a video with one hand. It would be rough. That's why he's never guarded me.
There are a few moments on videos like that you're never going to see the light of day, and it's not that they're just bad. There are times where I've called James like, yeah, I'm not putting that in there. Like some opening or something. I was like, dude, I'm not that. Like,
because it's super
cheesy, so corny or something. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'll straight up tell him, because they'll just be me sitting here like, but I'm about to lose my mind because it's like in August and it's like the 7th video of the day or something. So,
so good.
All right, what we got here?
Good.
When's that? Man, I don't even know about that one. Let me see.
I think that there's a path to Boyd coming back potentially. I think it would have to be Charlie Jones struggles. They don't get teed on, and they look around and they're like, we could bring back Boyd back at an affordable rate. Like I think there's a path. I just think it's kind of unlikely.
All right, how about a few more and then we'll call it here.
2 minutes. Get your questions in. 2 minutes.
Yep.
Enter the jungle. CincinnatiBengalsBook.com. Right there.
I'll put your banner up. There you go.
There you go. CincinnatiBengalsBook.com. Boom, baby. It's a hell of a URL. And Joe on the cover too. My guy.
How about
easy money here.
Go ahead.
Waffles, baby.
Oh my
Waffles,
God.
baby. Right. Waffles, baby. But French toast tops them all. French toast tops them all if you do it right. There we go. CBT is the best.
Oh, that's good. All right, but
Mario all day. Although I own Zelda. Mario games are awesome.
I didn't even turn it on back here. I mean, like, I love them all, but you know.
Yeah, there you go. Favorite wrestler? Where are we at? It is it's this guy right here, actually. Jeff Hardy. This is from his famous match with The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. I don't really watch wrestling anymore, but I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan. I hope he gets well and can perform a few more matches. I know he's getting up there in age. And he's battling some demons, but I hope I hope to see him wrestle a few more times because I've watched him for 2 decades.
Skyline. Call us Skyline.
Nah, I don't care what Andrew says. I love both of you.
Okay. Let me take
one of you out and promote you. I'm not even naming them. My gosh. The Roses. Now sponsor us so I can talk about
I love Donatos too.
Those wangs I like. No, I like Donatos a lot too. I'm just kidding. It's really close. It's really close for me. I like both of them a lot. Real quick.
Go on.
This would not even be. This would be. Like, you remember when Ronda Rousey was dominating and it took like 8 seconds? Or like Conor McGregor, where it's first round stuff. Yeah, that's what that would be. That would be like Jake Paul, Nate Robinson stuff. Just to be clear. I watched that, by the way, on Netflix. That Jake Paul
an epic short movie style video covering all the interviews, practice clips, game clips for each week of the season. That would be incredible and next level for this channel. I don't disagree at all.
Yeah, Andrew, do it.
Right. That's the thing, right? It's
and I want you to narrate, actually get the narrator from HBO Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Call your boy Aaron Rodgers.
Get him. Yeah. I would love to. I just, it's the bandwidth, right? It's me and James as far as it's just majority of the content. So
yeah. Favorite ride at Kings Island. It used to be the Racer. Backwards Racer was awesome. Undefeated. First roller coaster I ever rode, like real one.
Yeah, sure. It's classic.
I really like though Diamondback. I haven't been there in years. Maybe Kings Island could pump them. So get me there. Finishing move. Oh, it would be the Twist of Fate and then the Swanton Bomb. I would just steal Jeff Hardy's. I'd flip on you. Ice with no ice. Can't believe you don't use ice.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean that. Everything's
don't do that one.
The voice of
God. Yeah, the HBO.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Racer, don't age yourself. Dang.
How about
me? I mean, who do you think? And then I'll tell you who it would be for me.
Are you on a delay, Ice? Because we said that so long ago. It's some.
You hear me?
No.
Oh, where was it? Oh, yeah. Who would play James and Jake in a movie? Let's just do me here. I know who it would be. Just you tell me who it would be.
Oh, my God.
It would not be this one.
No.
It would also not be this one. Zach trying to come at me. I'd make you fall, Zach. One-on-one, I'll make you fall. Broken ankle, son. I'll bring the ankle braces with me to give you.
Man, that's a good one.
There we go.
Could be from any era, right? Who?
Matt Damon's close.
No, it's not.
Kevin James. I'm about to get.
Why
I'm about to get ice. Don't make me drive to the West Side and kick your tail in ice. That's not funny. I love Kevin James too.
I was thinking for James, like if we're talking any era, let's go back to like 80s, 90s, and we'll do Sean Austin, Rudy.
Come on, bro.
That's you.
See, you're wrong though.
You're pulling up. You're like, oh yeah, that is a good one. Brad Pitt, that is a good one. Come on.
No, my guy's easy. It's obvious. It's the guy who was a complete liability. And remember the Titans. He's become a much bigger star, but obviously it would be Ryan Gosling.
Michael Rappaport. That's good.
It would be Ryan Gosling.
Are
you kidding me? Michael Rappaport. No.
All right. That's exactly on Samwise Gamgee. That's that's what I'm saying. Like
James has to be played by a teenager. Actually, I like this. Will Ferrell. That's fine.
No.
But yeah, Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine. Sunshine could be it too, but I think it would be Ryan Gosling. James is Tobey Maguire? Really?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, me neither.
Who's playing Jake?
Owen Wilson. Interesting. See, his nose is like, and I don't have a small nose, but his nose is like 4 times bigger than mine.
No, not Owen Wilson. Adam Driver. What is going on?
Some people said, my guy Austin Elmore said Matt McClain, the Red second baseman, that we look alike. I don't really see it a ton. Butters from South Park. See, that's a blonde joke. Oh, you're both blonde. Hey, you're Butters. You got to be a little more creative, Zach.
I mean, it's closer than Adam Driver.
Kind of looks like The Rock.
What? Stop flashing these comments. You're done with comments, man. What you got?
Yes, they can. They can improve in special teams, and they have to if they're going to win a Super Bowl. Punt returning, they're banking on Charlie Jones for sure. Hopefully he can continue to evolve and get used to the speed of the NFL and go that route. So we'll see. But I think so. All right. I think that's going to do it. Appreciate each and every single one of you for watching, tuning in. We went about 15 minutes longer than expected. If you're looking for my thoughts on Joe Mixon and what was said today in the locker room and stuff, well, they're here at the 40-minute mark, 30-minute mark, something like that.
Yeah.
They're here. And so we'll probably timestamp this or something. At least that part. We'll timestamp that part, Andrew. We don't have to timestamp the whole thing.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching. This was a random live that we decided to do, and we will see you on Tuesday at Aces Pickleball with Orlando Brown Jr. in Norwood. Details on social. Details have been in all of our videos. And until then, for Andrew Fox Miller, well, we'll see you at practice tomorrow. But for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.